massive Dogecoin potential. Dogecoin holders, we're going to be talking about Doge and where I think we could be ahead here, because right now we've been basically broken down over the past few months, and we're sitting at a position where I think there could potentially be a large opportunity to be taken advantage of. Welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys. So we're starting off on a crypto Twitter. Follow me at 3 Blacksea. I say, what meme coins will be at new highs in 5 years from now? Now, Dogecoin comes to my mind when I say this. Dogecoin, Pepe, maybe Shiba Inu. But let's talk about Dogecoin in this scenario. Dogecoin is the #1 meme coin so far, based on the past 3 cycles now, best 2 cycles really. This is the 3rd cycle we're in now. Dogecoin has performed very, very well. And it always has that extra juice because of Elon Musk. And when you look at Dogecoin right now, we've broken down below many, man, I'm getting so many ads on TradingView. I pay for premium. I don't know what the deal is on it. I've got a bone to pick with TradingView, but I digress. Back to Dogecoin here. We're breaking down, and we've come through many support levels here, and we're still holding up above the bullish support line, okay? Can we break down? Can we come and test it at around, let's say, 13 cents? Yes, we came all the way to basically 13 cents back in April 7th, so only a few days ago. We're looking at the daily time frame. Can we break down from here? Yes, but I am seeing some things here in Bitcoin that potentially is signaling that we are getting close to the bottom. We're kind of making our first step here towards new highs on Bitcoin when it comes to higher lows. Maybe we are seeing our reversal play out. We're going to take a look at that shortly, but I do think that Dogecoin, regardless of how low it goes, there's opportunity there. The only bone I have to pick with Dogecoin when it comes to long-term holding is their high inflation rate. And that's just me being completely transparent with you guys, because the longer you hold it, the more your coins are getting diluted because of the inflation rate. There's many coins that get created every single day. It was created as a joke when it first came out, guys, and that was the meme, you know. There's so many coins getting created every day. It was a meme coin. It's a joke. But that joke, now that people are looking at it as an actual investment, there's billions of dollars into this. It's just important that you talk about the increase, basically the inflation rate. It's quite significant. So when it comes to, I asked the next 5 years, I think Dogecoin is going to be above 16 cents next bull market. I could be wrong, but I do think that it will always hold staying power, and I think that it will always have a higher market cap when it comes to cycle over cycle. Just because people like to gamble. Meme coins are the way that investors like to gamble, and that's just the way that it is now. It's been forming that way. But so now let's take a deeper dive in this. First off, guys, I do expect volatility. I do think that we can break back down to 13 cents. That's like let's measure that. What kind of drawdown is that? That's basically a 22, 21% drawdown from where we're at right now. That's possible. You know, we're treating this level here at 16,586 as resistance. We want to flip that as support. And it's very uncanny because this looks like where Bitcoin's at. So many of these coins are testing levels that are getting ready to get our first step, our first line of hope, if you will, for a reversal, moving towards a bullish trend. And right now we've been in the bearish trend for the past, how many months? December to April? A few months, guys. So let's take a look here. First off, I do want to say, guys, if you do want to take advantage of this volatility, check out the description box below or pinned comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign-up bonus to Blowfin. All you do is click that link, deposit, trade a little bit, you get a bunch of free money. I've made a lot of money shorting on the way down. I was scalping, doing some high leverage, low time frame scalping. Right now, I am kind of pulled back a little bit because I just kind of want to see how this next price action plays out on Bitcoin, because we are potentially seeing our first step at a bullish reversal, but it could easily be a bull trap. So I just want to see how this plays out in the short term. We're seeing all these crazy tariff talks. You know, one day there's all these crazy reciprocal tariffs. The next day, there's a 90-day pause. The next day, there's not a 90-day pause. And then there is a 90-day pause. It's actually like I can't even keep up with it. It's so crazy how ping-ponging back and forth it's happening. The market doesn't like it. And really, we're at the whims of the traditional market. And if the traditional market is feeling uncertain, it's going to turn that higher low into a lower high. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. So Dogecoin is sitting at rank 8 right now, up about 10.47% in the past 7 days. I like to see that up, down about 1% the past 24 hours. We're on a low volume weekend price action, guys. So I don't take too much. There's not too much weight on that. You know, we didn't have a big weekend at all. Sitting at $24.56 billion market cap, guys. So keep in mind, we are, let's measure this. How far are we from the top to where we're at right now? Because I believe the all-time high this cycle was about a 66 billion. So we're down about 65%. That makes sense. So if we were to see to new all-time highs, that's a good turnaround. That is a really good turnaround. And that's not even saying we're going to go to back to $1. We only got to about 50 cents. All-time high was $1. I can't even show it on this chart. That's old price data. But regardless, I see why people are excited about Dogecoin. I see why they're excited. And guys, if we see a turnaround with Bitcoin in the traditional market, you're going to see Dogecoin catch a bid. You have Elon Musk attached to it. That's like the biggest selling point. He can push Doge. You got Department of Government Efficiency as well, literally called Doge. Probably going to hear more about Dogecoin. As long as the Federal Reserve pivots and does the right thing and quantitative easing comes, you're going to see risk on assets benefit from that. Looking at the overall market right now, Bitcoin is trading at 84K, ETH at 1,600. Really waiting right now to see what futures open up at. Right now, I'm recording this video at about 8 p.m. I would like to see 8 p.m. on a Sunday. I really am curious to see what the futures open up like for the traditional market, because today we heard that there aren't actually going to be exemptions on certain goods, even though yesterday or 2 days ago we heard there was going to be exemptions on iPhones and other tech like chips for NVIDIA. Man, it is so crazy. You know, we talk about in crypto markets move at breakneck speeds with like the news and the innovation, but man, I cannot keep up with this tariff stuff. It's actually comical. But looking at Bitcoin, so I want to talk about two things here. I'm saying, you know, we're starting to make our first line of hope, our first checkpoint of hope, if you will, making a potential higher low, potentially right here. We're starting to break above 85,000, 84,300. We have daily candle closures above it. And I do want to also play out this scenario here. I've been talking about this on a couple of my videos recently. I think there's a good chance that something like this plays out. It doesn't have to be exactly to this T, but maybe like we start to move up this way. I think that's possible, and then that would be like the top by September, October, November. I think that's a very plausible situation. I just am keeping my eyes open on that, guys, because I don't want people to think that, oh, Black Sea, you're just saying we're bearish all the time. We're bearish. Yeah, well, when you look at like the weekly time frame and whatnot, we are bearish. We are bearish in the weekly time frame. Look at this. We're seeing our first green weekly. See, that's what I'm saying. Our first line of hope, guys. Our first line of hope. This could easily turn into something where we go like this. And we make new highs. That's very possible. And if that happens, obviously, Dogecoin is going to be very, very... There's big opportunity for Dogecoin right now if we start to see the reversal play out. And that's really what my entire idea I want to push to you guys in this video is that if this reversal is true and it's not just a bull trap, then altcoins and risk on assets should succeed. And that's why I'm saying there's opportunity at a 16 cents Dogecoin, because it probably will go to 25, 30 cents at least, as long as Bitcoin makes a move back to 94,000. If we close above 94K, guys, then in my opinion, eyes are on 110,000. If we test 110K, there's a high likelihood we break above it. I doubt it's going to be a double top scenario if we get up there. Can that happen? Sure, but I don't think it's going to be 100K, 110K to a T. I think it would probably be like 115K, a little bit of extra bounce. Something similar to what we saw in the previous cycle back here, where we came up to basically 64,000, and then the next after the double top was we came up to about 69,000. I think something like that is a very, very plausible to play out. And if that does happen, you should understand that Dogecoin is going to rally significantly. And that's just what I'm trying to explain to you guys right now, that right now, altcoins are really beaten up, really battered. Can they break down further? Yes. But we are starting to see that little flicker in the dark here that we're getting ready to see a potential reversal on Bitcoin, on this bearish trend to turn bullish. Our first flicker, it's just a flicker, it's not a fire, but you have to see the flicker and the spark before you get that fire. Guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Dogecoin is a good buy at 16 cents, or do you think that it's old news, we should only be buying Pepe and Shiba Inu? I'm very curious on what your overall sentiment is on Dogecoin with Elon Musk as well, because I think a lot of people are conflicted because, well, to be honest, Elon Musk is getting attacked pretty hard in the mainstream media, and I get it. You know, Dogecoin is pretty much associated with Elon Musk, so there's a lot of intricate theses, is that a word? There's a lot of intricate ideas about Dogecoin with Elon Musk and really everything else that's going on in the macroeconomics of the world. So I'm very curious on what you have to say about that, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. That's all I got. Follow me at 333 Black Sea on Instagram and Twitter. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.